I would say like the Bachelor world has not taken a break even like during quarantine. There's been plenty of good stuff, plenty of drama that has gone down recently. I don't know how close you are with like Cassie and Colton, but we know that they broke up, and then they kind of got into like this little bit of an Instagram back and forth. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I will say, so Cassie's been one of my favorite cast members post-show. Like, she is actually a really good friend, too. She always shows up to things. You know how you, like, ask your friends to do things, like, I'm having an event, and, like, you know, maybe one or two shows up. Like, Cassie's always the one or two that shows up. She's very supportive. And I love her family. They love me. It's actually funny because I was like so nervous to meet them because I was like, oh no, I'm the bad girl. And they're like really good Christians and all this stuff. And whenever I met them, they like embraced me with open arms. They're like, we're obsessed with you, blah, blah, blah. And like, it was so awesome. So I did hang out with Cassie recently, and I probably asked her like 50 times, like, why'd you guys break up? And she would not talk about it. She like is so respectful of like that privacy that they had. And like how they said like they're not going to be public about their breakup. Like she had nothing bad to say about him. And like she even like, you know, she cried at one point and she was just like, it's really hard. Like I know she cares about him so much and I don't even know what happened. She is really loyal to her word on that. So with the Instagram drama and like Colton being mad about the fact that she went on the Bachelor Greatest of All Time episode, I think that's ridiculous because she didn't even say anything about the relationship at all. And I think he was just like being petty and trying to get a reaction out of her. But I was really proud of her for like what she said on her story. I was like, I mean,
I know.
And it's like to have the balls to do it publicly and be like, look, publicly once and for all, like this is it and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool because I know a lot of time, like after a breakup, you like want to, you're scared to say anything about it and stuff like that. So I thought it was really cool because she stood up for herself and like that was the best way she could have handled it.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And I think because it's so hard to ignore the haters, especially in Bachelor Nation. I feel like they're so loud. They voice their opinions so loud. And I was seeing a lot of that with Cassie and Colton, just everyone attacking Cassie about the breakup. And I was like, there's two people involved here. Why do these people even, I know why they care because they feel like they have a right to the relationship because they watched it on TV. But I'm just like, don't you understand as a human that sometimes stuff just doesn't work out and it's going to be okay? Like, leave her alone. So I was actually really happy to see her calling that out on Instagram too, because I wasn't expecting it at all.
Yeah. I'm really proud of her. And I was shocked by it too, because like whenever we were hanging out, I was kind of doing what I do. And I was like making a joke that wasn't funny. And I was like, what'd you dump him for? Like all this stuff. And like, she got emotional and she was like, no, like it's really hard. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I took it too far. Like, I don't think it's funny. That's just kind of like how I cope with things. I just have like, I make everything a joke. It's not the time, and I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, because I thought that maybe it was like that. Like I didn't know, what was going on. Because all I knew really about their relationship was what we saw on TV. I never talked to her about her relationship with Colton. Like every time they just seemed happy and they were good together and stuff. And so, I just made like funny jokes about it, and it's real to her. She's a real human, and like she's having a lot of real feelings, and so I felt pretty bad about that.
It's not understandable because, like you said, we watch it all on TV, and I appreciate how vocal she has been post-show of kind of like talking about how things are edited on the show, because it's not taboo, but you don't really hear a lot of people talk about it, especially from the inside. And she talked about it too, going on Greatest of All Time. She was like, Chris and I talked about so many other things. Of course, they like only aired the one time he asked about Colton, and she didn't even really want to talk about him. Have you had like a bad editing experience where you watched it and you were like, that is just not what happened?
Oh yeah, the biggest one that I ever had was whenever it was the night that I left Colton's season, the night that he gave me the boot, and he like Frankenbit an entire sentence of me saying, after tonight, Colton won't be the virgin anymore. I was like, who in editing did this? Because they deserve a raise, honestly, for finding all these words and all these clips and putting them together. Because whenever they do these Frankenbites, you notice it's never on the person's face. It's always like, you know, scenery shot or something. And so whenever that happened, I was upset because I was like, that moment was whenever I finally was actually being really vulnerable. And like, I did have feelings for this person and I was very emotional and I never was going in there to take his virginity. So that was like frustrating for me because I was like, wow, y'all just really made me out to be this fucking virginity hunter or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was like not cool.
I think it's insane that they actually cut up people's words and make a sentence out of it. Like that blows my fucking mind. I could never go on reality TV now knowing that they do that because I just wouldn't be okay with that. I would literally blow up on social media being like, I didn't say that. They cut my words together. But you guys kind of just are like, well, I signed up for the show. I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. I think that, well, for me personally, it was so obvious that it was like edited because the sentence didn't flow at all. So I was just like, okay, like people are going to know that's editing. But that is one thing that I don't agree with, like the fact that they can do that. I get we can air anything you say. Anything you say we can air. Okay, I sign up for that. I guess I did. I mean, my dad read the contract, not me. So it's like, I guess I signed up for you to take random words out of a bunch of different sentences and form them together to make one sentence that makes me look really fucking terrible. Like, okay, cool.
They need to write that out in the contract.
Yeah.
Maybe they do, but
maybe they do. I wouldn't know. I didn't read it. My dad did.